The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Mingy Beef Jerky, Panel Swim Shop, P-Rats, PrepSpin.com, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.
Hello, welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report. Gary Ball with Darren Douglas. He's the voice of the Woodford County Yellow Jackets, and of course you know what that means. Yellow Jackets are in the house.
Yellow Jackets are in the house. It's been a fun team to cover this year, and we'll get to learn a little bit about them more.
Ryan Wilson's done a great job with the Yellow Jackets. He has three of the big reasons why they're 18-7 this year. We're looking forward to talking to them in the Team of the Week. Our feature is on Scott County's Glenn Covington. He's a multi-sports athlete. He's a great basketball player, but he's going to Campbellsville for football.
As good a basketball player he is, he's probably better at football. And of course, now he's going down and play for the Campbellsville Tigers.
Does he play baseball? Maybe he should.
He might have played when he was younger, I know.
With that speed. And our scholar athletes are Katie Nash, also Melo Gibbon, Morgan Rakes. They're from Lexington Catholic. They're in with Scott True. And all three of these young ladies, there were four of them coming in, but only three made it. One was sick. They all three have 4.0 grade point averages.
It's outstanding in the classroom when you get student athletes like that. It's really good for you and I to cover them.
That's exactly right. That's why we do the show. And we have another Sutherland Chevrolet drive of the week as we head down to Nicholasville, Kentucky to Sutherland Chevrolet. You know, it's a great dealership over there in Nicholasville, Kentucky. And also we've got Jansen Merriman. He's in from UK Sports Medicine. You know what he's going to do? He's
going to keep us in the game, keep us healthy, and at our age, we need that.
That's exactly right. We do need it. We need help there. And also, we'll have a wrap with our interns as well. We know what you want, though. You want the best highlights in the state of Kentucky. We call it Game Time here at WKYT with Brian Bynum and Lee K. Howard. These highlights are brought to you by Central Bank.
Lexington Catholic and LCA will face each other in the district tourney. The winner earning a berth in the 11th region tournament and the season ending for the loser. But that's not for another 10 days or so. Tonight it's for bragging rights only. Lex Cath won the first meeting back on January 2nd, and the Knights opened the game on a 7-2 run. Ben Johnson scored a team-high 23 to go along with 6 rebounds. Lex Cath fired up, but the Eagles soar back with a barrage of threes. That's Pierce Dalton. He poured in 8 points. Then it's Will Hacker, the senior guard, with 2 triples in just over a minute. Eagles out in front by 5, and they led by 5 at the half. But passing like this sparked the rally. Watch Ian Rothbard. Whoop! Wow! The Jackson Heisen bundle. Quite a look. Knights win at 54-49 to sweep the regular season series. Henry Clay at Lexington Catholic. We're going to start off the rebound. A transition break. Lady Devils, Amaya Jenkins to Ravion Jackson. That leads to a layup. Henry Clay by 4 in the second quarter. It's Jay Ballard says we can do that too. Ahead to Farrah Weldon for the easy 2. Then Henry Clay's Kaya Thompson. Open in the corner for 3. She buries it to put the Devils up by 5. And Catholic wins a really good game, 56-54.
And welcome back into our Team of the Week. But first, I want to tell you about Roberts Insurance. Roberts Insurance, Bob Roberts. They've been in business over 40 years out on Main Street in Richmond, Kentucky. We appreciate Bob Roberts sponsoring this segment. And from Woodford County, Coach Ryan Wilson's in with 3 of you. I've seen you play this year, Coach. You got a really good ball club this year. What would you like most about this team? What do you think that makes this team go?
Well, I think just off the court, I got a tremendous group of young men. You know, I watch them with their friends, with their families. You know, the way they treat their mothers, their girlfriends. It just proves that they're special young men. All these young men are great students. I believe they're all right at, if not over, a 4.0. They're leaders in the classroom, leaders on the court. You know, so all we do is focus on basketball. So it's nice to be blessed with a group of young men like this.
Tells you a lot about young men, the way they treat their mother, doesn't it?
It speaks volumes.
It speaks volumes. Yep.
I've been able to follow these 3 guys along with the team this year, and they all bring certain different qualities to the court. Individually, what do all 3 bring to the court?
Well, obviously Brandon, he's our senior leader. You know, he's a tenacious scorer, can score from all over the court. You know, we've counted on him for 3 years now as a varsity starter to do some scoring. Hunter, the funny thing about Hunter is through middle school, he was a point guard. He can handle the ball, and you know, last year he decided to take up skateboarding halfway through the season, so he didn't even get to finish his first full year. So, you know, he's learned to play a new position for us, so he's a nice, big, dominant force for us in the post. And then Anthony, you know, I played ball at Georgetown with George Baker, and he was probably one of the greatest leaders I've ever played with. And
the highlight maker.
The highlight maker. And Anthony's got a lot of those, you know, we don't have to coach his leadership. You know, it's something he naturally has. He's the guy that's telling guys to get their head up, and you know, that's just a tremendous asset for a team to have.
It really is a good asset. I'm going to start with you, Brandon. Is that okay with you? You're the son of a basketball coach. Your dad, Scott, he coaches with Woodford now as assistant. He coaches at Henry Clay. So, you know, that's good for you, though, because you get a lot of tutelage there. Talk to us about this team and what the strengths are of the Jackets.
Well, I think three of our biggest strengths to start is our chemistry. You know, we've played together since elementary school and known each other since then. So it's kind of like a running joke on our team that we could play blindfolded together almost. Second is just how hard we work. We're a very undersized team, and just kind of one of our goals in practice and the huddle before a game is we're going to outwork our opponent every game. And the third is just our teamwork. You know, since we're so close, we work well together. If someone's hot, we're looking for them every possession to get us a shot.
Hunter, we're going to piggyback off that question with Brandon. You're undersized. You're being compared to the Hoosiers of the movie, being undersized thing. How accurate is this assessment? And give us a reason why you may think that's an accurate assessment.
Like Brandon said, we just work so hard, and similar to them, we're in a lot of games, a lot of big games that we weren't expected to be in, and we just go out there and work as a team, and the end result is what we want.
Yeah. Well, the Hoosiers, if you don't recall, they won the state championship before Indiana went to classification.
Correct.
We might want to add that too, and they don't like the fact they went to classification. It's not the same basketball there in that state. Anthony, let's go down to you now. As we do this interview, Woodford County sits with an 18-7 record. You got an impressive win the other night over West Jessamine. Do you feel that this strength of schedule will help you guys come tournament time?
I feel like it'll help a lot, just because in tournament time you got to be prepared to beat the teams that you got to beat. And if you play a weaker schedule, or like teams that you know you can beat, it's not going to prepare you, because then you're going to be going out there shooting shots that they've played against their whole life. Like, that's what they do. They go out there and win, and then we're over here playing teams that's not used to winning, so there's no point of that. So playing against the teams like the Scott Counties, the Trinities, it's just going to get us to places we need to be.
And Coach Wilson, what's been the most enjoyable thing? I think you touched on it in the first question of this segment. But what's the most enjoyable thing coaching this team?
You know, we do what we do. We are who we are. You know, we don't try to mask it. We don't try to do anything different. We don't deviate from the plan. These guys have done a tremendous job of buying into what we do and what we're teaching them. They bought into the staff. They bought into each other. They trust each other. And so just watching them go out in the court and like they said, just giving everything they got every night. Right. And, you know, I just kind of stand on the side and I scream and yell to make it look like I know what I'm doing, and then maybe that I'm doing something. But really, it's, you know, we've put the ball in their hands and we've asked them to go make plays, and every night they're making me look good.
Well, I'm going to put this in your hands, Mingy Beef Jerky. There you go, Coach. And thanks for coming on the show, Coach, and good luck the rest of the season. We hope to see you down the road on Prep Spin.
We appreciate you having us, and thank you for all you do for high school sports.
That's Yellow Jackets of Woodford County, our team of the week here on the Scholastic Ball Report. Now we're going to this feature. It's on Glenn Covington. He's an outstanding shooter out there at Scott County.
When you're on, you're on. And Friday night against Henry Clay, Glenn Covington was on fire.
When Glenn is really out there getting after it, he's as good as any guard in the state of Kentucky.
In the first half alone, the Scott County star buried 6 threes. Post-game, Billy Hicks sang this.
I thought, guys, that Tayshaun Prince out there?
I didn't even realize I was back that far. I was just shooting it. You know, I felt good. I was hitting my shots, and, you know, it was going in. And then that 6th one, I was just like, you know what, might as well. I'm going to hit all these shots. Might as well keep it going.
By the end of the night, Glenn scored a career-high 33 points and kept it rolling on Saturday with 20 more against Walton Verona. As the saying goes, shooters shoot.
Like any shooter, you got to give him a little leeway there. You know, the green light on a lot of those things. However, a couple of those against Henry Clay there, we call those better make shots. If you can take it, I tell any of them, you can take it, but you better make it. Because if you miss it, you're coming out.
But he made those shots, and Scott County rolls on. When everything is clicking, this team knows how good they can be. And after last year's loss in the finals, the Cards are ready to finish.
Truth be told, we don't talk about it much, but I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do.
We all got that one goal, and we was there last year, but we didn't finish it, and we just want to finish.
Alex Walker, WKYT.
Welcome back into the Scholastic Ball Report, our most popular segment, because it's young ladies and young men doing great things in a classroom like these young ladies are at Lexington Catholic High School. That's a blue ribbon school over there, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Blue ribbon school, great school over there. We've got Katie with us, Maylo and Morgan, and we understand Miss Ballard was sick, right?
Yes. Yep.
Well, we apologize to her for that. I hope she gets better. Jay Ballard, get better, because you're a pretty good scorer. Well, let's start, if we can, with Katie here. And you had an injury that was just a big setback for you. First, let's talk about that.
Yeah, I tore my ACL this Friday.
Not good.
No.
So you're out for the season.
Yes.
But, you know, you have a 4.0 in your in National Honor Society, so congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Who do you credit with all this academic and athletic success before the big injury?
Well, the teachers at Lexington Catholic are really helpful. They make it really easy to succeed. And then also, my parents are always there to push me to get better, both in athletics and academics.
Maylo, so obviously you're a great student. You keep a 4.0 in the classroom, but you're also great at basketball. So what is your favorite thing about playing basketball?
Probably the friends that I've made and like the memories that will last forever. Like for us, we're all seniors, so we have a month or less than a month. So like what I'm going to remember most is the memories and like the people that were here with me.
Good answer. Morgan, with a 4.0, you excel in all areas of your life. What helps you keep these high standards?
Definitely the high expectations of my parents and the teachers at Lexington Catholic push me to always do my best.
And Coach, you got to be proud of these young ladies with 4.0s, but talk to us about these young ladies.
Well, I'm very blessed to have young ladies that want to succeed on the court, but also off the court. The high standards they set for each other, but just the way they carry themselves. I'm much more pleased with the people they are.
Yeah.
And you get success when you do the right thing, and they do the right thing. And I told you earlier, I don't think we could have had 4 on here tonight with 4.0s.
Yeah.
And you know, with Jay being sick, and these 3 just do a tremendous job in and out of the classroom, on the court. They're good leaders for us. I just can't say enough about the people they are.
That begs the question, what is your team GPA? We know 4 of them have 4.0, so it's got to be pretty high.
The last time I checked, I think it was a 3.6.
Is your team GPA?
It's a team GPA, yes, sir.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, Katie, I know you're a great student too. You've got a lot of opportunities to play athletics in college, so do you think you might pursue some of those, or one of them actually?
Possibly. Possibly play softball in college. Not really sure yet, and obviously this injury is going to affect that maybe, but possibly.
How about you, Maylo and Morgan? Have you taken the ACT yet, the ACT for colleges?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where do you think that might take you to college?
I want to go to UK, just stay close like with my family and everything. But
I think I'm going to Eastern Kentucky University.
That's good choices there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, as always, Ryan Tyson from Crown Trophy presents beautiful plaques. All 3 of you will get those, I promise. All 3 of you will get a plaque and put your name and school in there. And, Coach, these are just great young ladies you have there at Lexington Catholic, and that's just so impressive.
Appreciate it. I'm very, very, very happy for all of them, and I know they're going to do great things when they leave, too.
Are they going to play tennis, by the way?
Probably not.
That's Scott True. He's one of the great coaches in the area, and Lexington Catholic Lady Knights, some of the scholar athletes here on the Scholastic Ball Report. Now we're going to the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
Now time for your Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week, and it comes from Douglas and Tate's Creek. The Broncos' Deshaun Jackson with the transition bucket, but it's not about him. It's about the Commodores' Jaheim Mullins. Send it in, big fella. Let's take another look. If you don't get back on defense, that's what happens. The Broncos caught napping, and Mullins with the big-time flush. But Douglas gets the W on senior night, 80-70. And that's your Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
Welcome back into the UK Sports Medicine Orthopedic Surgery segment, and welcome to the show, Jansen Merriman. We appreciate you coming in.
Yep, thanks for having me.
We're going to talk about NSAIDs. What are the typical or commonly used NSAID drugs?
Yeah, so first of all, NSAID is an acronym which means non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. And there's 3 that we typically see. They can be prescribed by your doctor at a little higher dosage, or you can buy them over the counter at your local pharmacy. Yep. And you have ibuprofen, yep, which is known as Advil or Motrin.
Yep. Which I take when I play tennis.
Absolutely. Aspirin, which is more of a blood thinner for patients that kind of have heart issues, kind of lean toward that way. And then another one is naproxen, which is known as Aleve.
Yep.
When it comes to sports and athletes, when should NSAIDs be used and how should these be taken?
So any kind of minor aches and pains, sprain, strain, a lot of times for lower back pain if you may have it. The best rule of thumb is to always, go to your bottle. Just look at the
directions are right on there.
Absolutely, and that's the best thing to do. You don't want to take too much, not enough. Mm-hmm. So, and then if you ever have a major question about it, you can always consult your doctor.
Mm-hmm. As far as the use of NSAIDs, are there any times when these medicines are not indicated or shouldn't be taken?
Absolutely. So, with the prominence these days of concussions and head injuries, you never want to take an NSAID. Mm-hmm. And the reason for that is because when you have a brain injury, that swelling is needed for the healing process. So taking an NSAID actually has a little bit of a blood thinning factor, and that can compromise the healing process. And really, the best thing to use is acetaminophen or Tylenol for those cases.
Well, let's put up the website and the phone number for UK Sports Medicine. There it is, UK Healthcare, 218-3131. They got the walk-in clinic every Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock. Yes, you guys do a great job. That's good information there. That's stuff that people need to know, especially about NSAIDs. So thank you very much, Jason. That is our UK Sports Medicine segment. And now we're going to these highlights, these final highlights brought to you by Whitaker Bank. They're uniquely Kentucky.
We travel to Versailles now. It's Woodford County hosting Henry Clay. Second half action, Henry Clay pounding it inside. 4 guys touch it. Marquise Warwick ends up getting the bucket. Puts the Devils up 2. Then it's Keyston Brown driving into the lane. Tough finish. Gets the flip to go, 47-39. On the other end, Jackets on the break. Ryan Duke misses, but his teammate's there to pick him up. It's Corey George. Henry Clay, though, gets the dub, 70-60. Wayne County head coach Rodney Woods picked up his 900th career victory. 900 more than I have, going for number 901 tonight at West Jessamine. And his Cardinals came out with some daggers. That's Aubrey Weaver. Leave him open, he'll make you pay. Wayne County up 6, but the Colts storm back with an 8-2 run. Braden Fomas, count the bucket and the foul. He's strong. And by the way, make that West Jessamine run 11-2. It's Fomas from far out. All of a sudden, Colts up 3. Wayne County, though, confident on the road. Thomas Spencer with the mid-range J, and Woods gets win number 901, 77-69.
And thanks to all of our great guests. Woodford County went through a murderer's row there, schedule-wise, Darren. They played some really good teams.
They did. They played Trinity. They played St. X. Really went to play a team out of the Bronx, New York, down in Florida. So they're getting ready to go through another couple with Scott County and Henry Clay this past week as well.
And then they wrap it up on Valentine's night.
On Valentine's Day night against Nelson County.
Lafayette, they won they came in 3rd in the nation, I think.
Yes, the dance team did really well this weekend.
And how did they finish 3rd? And oh, by the way, next week, Lafayette's girls basketball team, Allie Dent will be on the show with us.
Yes.
We'll have her, and also we'll have Scott County Lady Cards. As always, on the Scholastic Ball Report. For those you see and those you don't see.
Keep your eye on the Scholastic Ball Report.
The Scholastic Ball Report was sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Mingy Beef Jerky, Panel Swim Shop, P-Rats, PrepSpin.com, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.